High School Winter Concert. My name is Julie Bounds, and I'm the Director of Bands here at Santa Teresa High Schools. And I'd like to first welcome you this evening to our last of 3 winter concerts. This evening you see on stage with you is our freshman band, also known as Concert Band officially. We'll be starting our program off with a 3-movement piece called British Isles Suite, and we just ask that you hold your applause till the end of the 3rd short song.
Oh, she's going.
The first piece you heard was a collection of 3 British folk songs with Auld Lang Syne mixed into the end, a little festive New Year spirit to get us going. One of the things that I like to do with our freshmen at the beginning of the year, and actually most of the bands, is do some British folk music in the fall and in the winter. I think it's a great opportunity for the students to learn about melodies and how different meters work together. And the next piece kind of fits in that category as well. I'm always looking for a great mashup. That's where like we can put 2 songs together. And so I found one. Is anybody watching The Crown, the great Netflix show? Is anyone watching that? If you're not, everyone needs to watch it. It's stunningly beautiful. In the very first episode, it's about the British royalty. Queen Elizabeth's father, of all people, is the king at the time. And he is very ill, and he ends up singing this hymn, which is Holst in the Bleak Midwinter, which is an original British hymn. Gustav Holst was a great British composer. If you were here on my first concert with the Wind Ensemble, we played one of his pieces. And he wrote In the Bleak Midwinter as an original hymn that people still sing sometimes around the holiday season. It's not necessarily about Christmas so much as it's just kind of about the season. And in that scene in this show, the people in the village all come to sing, and the king sings this with them. And that's kind of a nice little holiday spirited song. And this song is put together with Angels, Angels We Have Heard on High. So this is Angels in the Bleak Midwinter. Our next piece is also an arrangement of a Gustav Holst piece. As I stand up here now, I know how much I put in the program. This is originally from his second suite neck. This is called The Song of the Blacksmith, and it's a little bit different arrangement. As we finish up our set, I just wanted to remind you this evening, we're going to have, instead of taking a long intermission, we're going to take a short break just to transition the students between this band and then also between the percussion ensemble in case you need to stretch. If you haven't been here with us before, the women's restrooms are located on this side and the men's restrooms are located over here on this side in case you need them. Also, during any of the breaks, if you're interested, I would like to just promote a few things that are going on in the organization. One is our music marathon. I would be remiss tonight if I didn't share a tiny bit of my personal stress with you, and that's the band's bank account. If you are not aware of this fact, I'm just going to say it out loud so that everyone knows that we have no budget from the school district and no budget from the school. And if you're like, oh, Julie, you're exaggerating. Okay, so it's $200 for the year for all 7 of my programs. CMEA entry fee for this band alone is $250. So that is a true fact. And if that bothers you, start calling the school district office, the administration. But that's just the reality that we live in right now. And so what's been a blessing with this program for all of the 14 years that I've been here is that we continue to support great music education for these students in both this band program and in our community here in South San Jose through our booster club, which is called Santa Teresa Music and Arts Association. And you may have heard of us talking about STMAA. They are not they versus you. It is we. I'm STMAA, you're STMAA, the kids are, we all are. That's the organization that was created so that we could have programs like this. So what does STMAA pay for? Everything but my job. Everything but my job. All of the music that you see on their stands, the new music we purchased, which was just that piece we just did, as well as our closing piece today, those pieces are about between $50 and $75 a song. Every time those buses left the parking lot for marching band, or you saw a staff member, or your student came home and said, I had a really great sectional today with fill in the blank person. That person was paid by STMAA. Or you might think, my kid's signing up for a jazz band. How does Miss Bounds do this all by herself? She doesn't. She doesn't, and I can't. But the staff is how we keep this program going through the support. And so I just ask that during this holiday season and through the rest of the new year that you just be mindful of that, whether we're emailing you about fundraisers and you're thinking, I don't want to do any more fundraisers. Cool. Our fundraising program was created so that if you're one of those families who just wants to write a check and pretend like fundraising is not a thing, then you're welcome to donate that way. Or if you want to fundraise for the program or you want to get involved, then when you see those emails that come your way where we're selling gourmet apples or we're doing drawing tickets, you're thinking, how can we help the program? Help participate in the fundraisers. And if your students' donations are paid in full, know that the fundraising efforts that you do, that those donations go to help the kids that can't, or help us with other projects. For example, in January, we are on the second year of a 5-year lease to purchase over $100,000 worth of new equipment. Some of the marimbas you see in the back and various instruments on the stages were purchased so that our students would have enough instruments. Even today as we speak, I believe there are 3 or 4 instruments left unused in the entire band program. So without that lease purchase, we really would not be able to put instruments in your students' hands, which we do check out to your students free of charge through the district. So just be mindful of that this season. And if you have any questions about donations, Gita is here in the back. Gita's on our STMAA board by the women's restroom. And if you are interested in fundraising, I'm going to point Dave out over here. This is Dave Schick. He's been emailing you about fundraising, and he's here. And then if you're interested at all, if you're thinking, well, I'm pretty good on fundraising, but is there anything else I could do? Well, yes, there is. The Music Marathon is coming up, and it's in March, and that thing is our biggest fundraiser of the year. And we would like to make between, well, I know Ostrich would like us to make $25,000, and I'd like to make 30. So we have big goals, and you're thinking, is that even possible? Yeah, we do it all the time. We did it last year, we'll do it again. There's flyers in the back here, but the big trick to the Music Marathon lives in the success of pledge parties. And I hosted one on Sunday, so if you're thinking, I can't host one, yes you can, I did. You can do it. You can talk to Ostrid, or Patty Larkin is here in the audience, is where Patty's back here, and she's even got sign-up sheets. So what you do is you have the kids come, and we can make anything work. If you're like my house, I don't want the kids in my house. Cool, we'll work it out. You guys can meet over at the round table. We'll give you a neighborhood to hit, and we have a little script. Raise your hand if you're a student who's done a pledge party this year or in the past. So a lot of us know what we're doing. We're good. People in the back as well. We've done pledge parties. You get together at somebody's house or a general location, we get the kids signed up, they show up with band shirts, t-shirts, music ready to go. We do a quick little rehearsal, everybody gets the spiel down, and we knock on doors. We were out yesterday, the kids that went to my pledge party, we were out for what, an hour and a half? Yeah, and how much money did we raise? We raised $400 in an hour and a half. So it is totally worth our time to do. Our goal is $10,000 in pledge parties. Here's where I'm at right now. I have just about filled every single pledge party that we have hosts for. We don't have any hosts for January that have unfilled parties. We have one host. That's the truth right now. So I am hoping that you'll consider taking a look at your calendar, seeing when you're available in January and February, asking 1,000 questions tonight. Anybody in here been a pledge party host that would be willing to raise their hand? Look around. We are here to answer your questions and put you at ease. And we would love to have you join us, and I will get kids signed up ASAP, especially if you can host right at the beginning of January. So that is my big plug for this evening, because I think some of you might try to exit after concert band, but you shouldn't, because there's going to be great music coming up. Now we're going to hear from the freshman band on the Song of the Blacksmith. So if you see the students moving around in the stage and you're thinking, why are they doing that? That's because their instrument parts are in different groups. So like the clarinets are split into 2 and 3 groups, and so are the trumpets. And we do what we call full part rotation here, which is we rotate around so that not just one student is playing the first part. By the way, first doesn't mean best. It's the highest part of the part. And the middle part and the lower part is the first. We have a little thread tonight through the concert with each group, and it is variations of Carol of the Bells. So this first one is Brazilian Bell Carol, and then they'll finish up and we'll transition to you, Symphony. They cheered.
this off now. Don't. Like one of those.